What if every breath you took belonged to someone else? In the Republic of Catenan, strength is stolen, power is inherited, and freedom is a lie. But when one boy dares to challenge the system, the cost of resistance may be everything he has. This is the summary of The Will of the Many by James Islington. Let's begin. This is a 17-year-old orphan living in the Catenan Republic. He works long hours in the prisons of Lettons, caring for captives who have their will drained by ancient machines called sappers. Will is the source of life and strength in the Republic. The powerful steal it from the weak to climb the ranks of society. Vis despises the system and refuses to join it, even though it means beatings and punishment. One night, a senator named Ulciscor Telemus arrives to question a prisoner. He speaks in a dead language that Vis somehow understands. When the prisoner attacks and knocks Vis into a sapper, it should kill him, but it doesn't. Ulciscor pretends not to notice, but later returns with an offer. He will adopt Vis and give him a name and a home, but only if Vis agrees to serve as his spy. Ulciscor explains that he is part of the military branch of the Senate. He believes the head of the Catenan Academy, a man named Viridius Julii, is hiding a weapon of unimaginable power beneath the island of Solivegus. Vis must enter the academy posing as a student and uncover the truth. He agrees, hoping to earn freedom and a way out of the Republic altogether. During their journey on a will-powered airship, an explosion tears the vessel apart. Ulciscor saves Vis using his will and crashes into the forest below. They are ambushed by rebels known as the Anguis. Their leader, Sedotia, defeats Ulciscor and calls Vis by another name, Prince Diago of Sous, the last survivor of a conquered kingdom. She demands that he spy for the rebellion instead. When he refuses, she gives him 1 month to change his mind and disappears into the woods. The Transvex emergency systems carry them to Solivegus, where the academy stands. Ulciscor introduces Vis to Viridius Julii, the headmaster, who greets him kindly but watches him too closely. Before classes begin, Ulciscor takes Vis to his villa for training under his tutor, Lanistia, a blind woman who once studied at the academy. She lost her eyes during its final exam, the Iudicium. Lanistia teaches Vis to fight, to control his anger, and to use the bracer that manipulates moving walls inside the labyrinth. Ulciscor tells him that his own brother, Kerol, died during the final trials at the academy. He wants proof of foul play and revenge. Later, Ulciscor brings Vis to the capital for the Grand Jovan festival. There, Sedotia finds him again and brings him to meet her leader, Melior, once known as Estevan, his father's trusted advisor. They reveal the Republic destroyed Sous to seize a secret buried beneath it. They beg him to join them, but he refuses their violent methods. Before he leaves, Sedotia cuts Vis to draw his blood, coating the blade with his blood, and gives it to him for protection. During the festival's massive Naumachia, a naval battle held in a flooded arena, the will-powered lights fail. Estevan rises from the water and condemns the Republic's cruelty. Explosions of red mist tear through the stands, killing thousands. Vis realizes the blood on his blade protects him from the blasts. He leads Aqua, a senator's daughter, to safety, then returns to stop Estevan. Estevan grips Vis's hand and drives the dagger into himself. The Senate calls Vis a hero, naming him Catenicus. Ulciscor congratulates him, but only sees opportunity. Before sending him to the academy, Ulciscor shows him a hidden message from Kerol's final letter. It mentions ancient ruins, translation keys, and a gate. The words read, Obiteum lost, Luceum unknown. Only Viridius knows. Vis now understands that his mission runs deeper than politics. At the Academy, Vis begins at the lowest rank, Class 7. He befriends the sarcastic and brilliant Calidus, who was demoted from Class 3. He also meets the kind-hearted Emissa and the sharp-tongued Aqua. When Vis defends Calidus from bullies, he earns a reputation for defiance. Despite the teacher's bias, he rises to Class 6, then Class 5. Preceptor Daltatis despises him, calling him an unworthy foreigner. But Vis refuses to quit. During a school break, Vis scales the outer wall and enters the forbidden ruins beyond the Academy. Inside he finds carvings, symbols, and the remains of long-dead scholars. The corpses whisper warnings. Obiteum is lost. Do not open the gate. Synchronous is death. He escapes barely alive. When he reports what he saw, Ulciscor says it isn't enough and orders him to search the second ruin across the island. At the Festival of the Ancestors, Vis travels to the necropolis to meet Ulciscor and meets Ulciscor's wife, Relucia. To his shock, she is Sedocia, the Anguis leader. Both husband and wife want him to win the Iudicium and use the title of Domitor for their own ends. Vis begins to realize everyone around him is using him. Ulciscor gives him magnetic cuffs so he can cling to the underside of a flying ship and reach the ruins unnoticed. Vis executes the plan, diving into the ocean as the ship passes through the seawall. He swims to shore and finds the crimson dome-shaped ruin. When he speaks the words Luceum, Obiteum, Res, the structure opens. Inside, he discovers a vast underground labyrinth. Black shadows called remnants tear apart anyone who enters. By analyzing their movement, Vis escapes with his life and rescues a wounded Alupi pup. A wolf he names Diago. He returns to the Academy to find another student dead and his own promotion mysteriously cleared. He suspects Relucia killed in his name. At another festival in Catenan, Relucia meets him again. She orders him to spy on a military meeting in Sus, using a will-imbued pen, threatening his friends if he refuses. Soon after, he travels to Sus with Indol, Emissa, and other students. There he finds his old palace now owned by Senator Quisil. He secretly records a meeting between senators and learns the military has been feeding the Anguis money and information to control the chaos they claim to fight. That night, Vadrik, a former royal advisor, recognizes him. He tells Vis that his father believed power must serve mercy, not ambition. Violence, he says, is no cure for grief. The words stay with Vis. On the beach where his family died, Vis saves Emissa from drowning. They spend the night in a sea cave, confessing their fears, and share their first kiss. But Ulciscor later orders him to enter the Crimson Ruins during the Iudicium, or face the Sapper. Vis agrees, seeing no other choice. Back at the Academy, Calidus confesses his past. His lover Belli blackmailed him with census documents proving students die each year during the Iudicium. To save him, Vis challenges Belli in a public match and wins, earning her Class 3 position. Soon, the Iudicium is announced. Each Class 3 student must lead 2 subordinates to recover the heart of Jovan, hidden on the island. Vis chooses Calidus and Aqua. But as the trial begins, chaos erupts. Safety officers are murdered and replaced by Anguis infiltrators. The competition turns into a massacre. Separated from his team, Vis ventures into the Crimson Ruin. Inside the labyrinth, he faces the remnants again and discovers Belli's body pinned to the wall. He fights his way through the maze, is captured by glowing blades, and wakes to find words carved into his arm. Wait, and then run. He escapes, but not before one of the creatures bites his left arm. Outside, he reunites with Aqua. Together they discover pits filled with corpses, students and guards alike. The Anguis have fully infiltrated the Iudicium. Viz sends Aqua to find Calidus and heads toward the final tower where the heart rests. Along the way, an Anguis agent tells him he has passed through a gate and carries corruption in his blood. "None of us escape without scars," the man says before vanishing. At the tower's summit, Vis finds Emissa standing over a dead Anguis. She has the heart of Jovan. Seeing his blackened arm, she believes he is infected and beyond saving. In panic, she stabs him. The heart leaps into his hand as he falls into the river below. Vis survives the fall and drags himself ashore. He finds Calidus dying, cradles him, and listens as his friend begs him to tell his father the truth. Vis carries his body back to the academy. He lays Calidus before Viridius, places the heart in the statue's hands, and collapses. He wakes days later with his left arm amputated. Viridius tells him his blood is tainted and must remain secret. As the new Domitor, Vis is offered a choice. Ulciscor demands he join military. Viridius insists on religion. Vis refuses both and chooses the censor's office, which guards the Republic's records. He will uncover the truth for himself. Beside his bed lies a small toy ship he carved as a child. Its name is etched in the wood, Diago. Epilogue. In a final vision, Vis awakens once more in the Crimson Chamber surrounded by bronze blades and red light. Words burn across his skin. Wait. Run. He sees flashes of snow and a distant rotunda. Then a man steps from the light. It is Keror Telemus, Ulciscor's long-dead brother. Keror tells him they have 2 minutes to save the real Vis in the living world, because this Vis is only a copy. He raises a knife toward Vis's arm as the light consumes them both. Thanks for listening to the summary of The Will of the Many by James Islington. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment which tale you would like to hear next. See you in the next one.